Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to bring you the Ultimate Mei Guide. Now Mei has had a lot of changes in Season 5, and after all these changes, I truly think she could be the best hero in the game right now, which is why I wanted to bring you guys this guide so you guys can climb the ranks in Overwatch 2. So with that, let's get right into the video. To jump right in, I want to talk about her weapon, the Endothermic Blaster. This weapon has two firing modes, with the primary being a continuous blast of cold damage with a short range, while the second being a long-range icicle projectile. Her weapon's primary fire does 55 damage per second and slows enemies from 30 to 50% while being hit. Also, while hitting enemies, Deep Chill slowly builds up and will reduce the enemy's speed by 75% when triggered. Switching over to her secondary fire, the Icicle Launcher does a base damage of 75 and has a fire rate of one shot every 0.8 seconds. One of the new additions in Season 5 is when an enemy is afflicted with Deep Chill and they are hit with an Icicle, the Deep Chill explodes and does an additional 40 damage on top of the base 75 damage from the Icicle. Now that we understand her weapon, I want to cover her abilities starting with Cryo Freeze. Now this ability transforms Mei into a human ice cube. Now in this ice cube form, Mei is completely invulnerable and she recovers health while in it. Cryo Freeze has a maximum duration of 3 seconds and can be cancelled by pressing the Cryo Freeze ability button again. When frozen, she can regenerate 200 health in total and can restore 15 ammo per second. Now this ability is incredibly strong and gives Mei the tools to survive where most heroes can't. The next ability I want to talk about is Mei's Ice Wall. Now this ability creates a wall of ice that is made from 5 pillars, with each pillar having 250 health. This wall takes up about a 3 by 8 meter area, meaning it can block most entry and exit points on almost all maps. This is another extremely strong ability as it can stop movement, block lines of sight, and separate the enemy team from each other. Finally, I want to talk about Mei's ultimate ability, Blizzard. This ability costs 1,750 ultimate points, and on average can be used about 3 times per game. This is one of the strongest ultimates in the game if used correctly. Now this ultimate generates an area of effect slow that freezes enemies and does 20 damage per second. It freezes enemies by decreasing movement speed by 40% and adding negative 20% movement speed per second until they are completely immobile. It takes about 2 seconds for the enemy character to be completely immobilized. This ultimate has a 10 meter radius, making it easy to get multiple enemies in the ultimate. During this, it is easy to headshot enemies using Mei's Icicle Blaster. To wrap up this guide, I want to talk about Mei's playstyle, positioning, and mindset. Starting with Mei's playstyle. Mei is a very different character than she was in previous seasons, and if you try to play her like her past version, she's going to feel weak and outmatched. In Season 5, they took away a decent portion of her damage and replaced it with utility. For instance, her primary fire damage was cut in half. You can no longer just go up to low health enemies and blast them down with her primary fire. Now you have to use the slow from her primary fire and build Deep Chill, and land the Icicle shot for the extra damage. This means you need to stay with your group so they can target who you slow and help to burst them down. While Mei is still one of the strongest 1v1 characters, you need to utilize her new utility for your game. If you're not building up Deep Freeze and hitting Icicle shots, Mei will have a hard time 1v1ing most characters. Now here I want to shift into a little bit more positioning and talk about who Mei should be with during the fight. In Season 5, Mei wants to be close to the tank unless it's a dive tank. When it's not a dive tank, Mei wants to work with the tank by slowing anyone near and bursting them down with the tank's help. An example would be you want to wall off the target by placing a wall behind them so that it cuts any communication or healing with their team, and then slowing them to build Deep Chill and bursting them with your Icicle. Now ideally, the tank and your other team will help you damage and most likely kill any enemy that you block off fairly easily. If your tank is a dive tank, Mei wants to stay with the supports. This is so she can almost be a frontliner for supports so they don't get counter dove. With supports, Mei is almost unkillable, so she makes a good frontliner while the dive tank and DPS are out getting picks. Now lastly, I want to touch on mindset. Mei is best played when thinking about the long game. She can be used to get picks and stagger the enemy team. She is not a DPS that can go alone and decimate teams anymore. She is much more a team-focused character, and if you keep that in mind when playing Mei, she can be a great character to help you climb ranks. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want to check out some live content, check me out at Twitch at twitch.tv/MaliceFury. Now with that, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace out.